Hi everyone, welcome back to the Bar Model Company. As promised, we're going to go through a few of these percentage questions that turned up in the 2019 Math Stats paper. This is paper 1, question number 27 now. We looked at question 18, which I forgot to do something as well, question 18. But let's look at question 27, I think I said. And so we've got 35% of 320, still using the same Bar Model app on our website. Please have a look at it, totally free for you to use. Okay, so what I've done is I've already kind of cut this down into 10 equal parts if I'm not mistaken. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay, so 10 equal parts. If you're not sure how to do that in the app, have a look at one of our previous videos to save some time here. And I know that I can see 30% pretty quickly, right? So if I wanted 30%, I know I would just kind of highlight these three sections. So one thing I can do is I can first of all think about all of what all of this represents. All of this class represents, how much do we have here? 320, right? So let's type that in this case. Last time I didn't type in 320, and let's use a nice Arial font and medium size and confirm. Okay, so we've got all of this represents 320. Okay, and we're trying to work out 35%. Okay, so how am I going to do that? So I know that I can work out 30% because I can divide 100%, which is 320, into 10 equal parts. If I divide 100% into 10 equal parts, 100 divided by 10, that means that each part here must represent 10%. So something that I forgot to kind of discuss in my last video is that when you get 25%, for example, we divide the 100% by 4. So therefore, we have to also divide the whatever numerical value it is. So in that other one was 3000, I think, and this one's 320. So we divide 320 by 4 if we wanted to find 25%. Okay. So anyway, so that's 10%. That's 10 equal parts. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, all the way to 100%. Okay, great. That's 10%. Okay. What can I do? Let's see. Let me just make this a bit smaller. Okay, what can I do to work out 35%? Okay, let me try to work out what 30% is then. Okay, so if that's 30, if that's 10%, that's 20. That's okay. All of that's 30%. What would I need to do? Oh, I know. I need to divide 320. Let's do that. Let's write that down. Oh, okay. To find 10%, that's going to be easy for me. I have to divide 320 by 10, not because it's 10%, but because there are 10 equal parts. Just like finding 5%, you don't divide by 5, okay? It depends how many 5% you need to make 100%. Okay, I need 10 10% to make 100%, so I'm going to divide 320 by 10, which is equal to 32, okay? So 10% of 320 is 32, but I want to work out 30%, right? Okay, so how can I work out 30%? So we can see 30% is here. So 30% would be 30% of 320 would be 32 multiplied by what class? What do you think? Oh, there are 3 lots of 10% that will make 30%. So 32 times 3. Great. What's 32 times 3? Well, 3 lots of 30s is going to be 90. 3 lots of 2s is going to be 6. So it's going to be 96. Okay, great. So we've got something like that. How can I do this then? Okay, let's see. How am I going to show this using our app? So what we could do, we could split the bars. Click on this and split the bars. And now each individual bar is split like so. So from that point, I could actually cut this bar into 2 equal parts like so. And now I know that this is not just 10%, but I can think of it as 2 lots of 5%. So now I can think, oh, I know that 10%, I knew that 10% was, how much did I say, 32. If I know that 10% is 32, if I know all of that is 32, let's try to show this clearly. So if I know all of that is 32, let me write that down. Okay, I know all of that is 32. So how am I going to work out one of these parts? There are two equal parts. Oh, I know. I could do 32 divided by 2, which after some calculation maybe for some, we work out is 16. Okay, so how do I work out 15%? 15% would be, oh, am I working at 15%? No, I'm not. I'm working at 35%, right? So 35% would be, well, I worked at 30% is 96. I worked at 5% is 16. So 96 add 16 will give me 35%. Hope that's clear. The way I've written it down, maybe it's a bit jumbled up left to right. I wish I had a bit more space I could work down and therefore make it a bit more clearer for our viewers. But I'll think about it. It's one of our first few videos, so it might not be the way we want it exactly, but hopefully you get the basic idea of it. Our third video on percentage of our amounts will show us a slightly different way of thinking about it. And it's probably the way that secondary schools would want their children to kind of think about percentage of amounts as well. Okay, I'm going to stop there. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask away below, and the Bar Model Company will be more than happy to answer those questions. Thank you.